So hello and welcome to another episode of Bloke Gaming, and today what we're going to do is we are going to look at the new starter pack. So for those who haven't seen yet, and obviously it's been pretty big news in the Entropia world, that is, which is a pretty small world, but we have the new starter packs. We have the Frontier starter pack and we have the Frontier upgrade pack. Now, first thing just to get clear is you don't need the starter pack to upgrade. It's literally just an upgrade of the starter pack, so it's just better than the starter pack. And honestly, for the value of just the weapons alone, I strongly recommend it. The armor's also pretty good, and we're going to go into all this stuff in a minute. And then I'm going to talk about some of the other things I've done, which are a really good idea, like the vehicle repair and the welding wire, because how many times I've seen the new players get their vehicle scrapped and then they TT their vehicle because they don't know they can repair it. So anyway, lots of really good things. A really good step, I think, for Entropia Universe. $20, really not a big barrier to entry. But anyway, let's start with the big one, the weapons. So this is the new gun, and what we have here, it's an 8 DPS gun, it's 65% efficiency, and when you compare this with the old Barb, which we always talked about, it's better DPS, it's better efficiency, it's just simply better. So goodbye Barb. Barb's going to be going into my storage and probably will not see the light of day again. Now the one thing you don't get is you don't get any amplifiers or scopes, but the amplifiers and scopes were not that massive anyway. The Syncadus amp was, let's have a quick look. So the sync amp was an extra 2 burn damage. If I throw this onto there, it's going to take this to 68.8%, so that's not too bad. So it's not like the old pack is a complete waste. We can do that. We can chuck on a couple of other things. Now, the one thing I will show you is if you do get this pack, the base damage is 5, so you can put a 4B amp on it. And if you put a 4B amp on it, where's my 4B amp? It was that one, wasn't it? There it is. So if you put a 4B amp on, what it's going to do is it's going to take this gun to 71.6% efficiency, which is pretty good. That really should help you sustain longer in the game with your starting ped, which is pretty good. And obviously you got ammo too as part of the package, which is pretty good. So all in all, the hunting rifle gone from being, the Barb was a decent weapon, but you always had the LR S1X1, which for 20 ped, it was TT plus 20, so for 20 ped was going to be so for $2, which is effectively the same as this, to be honest. You were getting not a bad gun, comparable to the Barb. But now, yeah, just not even close. Not even close. You're talking about nearly 10%, 10% improvement in efficiency. So, I mean, you can still buy it in game, and you don't have to use real money, which is great. But all in all, hunting rifle, fantastic weapon. Next, you got the knife. So let's go take a look at the knife. So, knife 7.2 DPS. You've got, again, 65% efficiency. I don't have an amp for the knife, but if you look at something that's kind of close, you can look at the Falcata, and the Falcata does slightly better DPS. The efficiency obviously is not there, and so are you using? This actually does have ammo burn, which the Falcata doesn't. But this has exceptional durability, whereas the Falcata burns down quicker. But, again, if you're going to be doing melee, again, you want the efficiency. It's definitely a good step. Doesn't make the falcata obsolete in the same way that it makes the barb obsolete, but you know, it's not bad. So that's the first thing, is the guns. It also looks pretty decent, so that's kind of fun. So, but what else do you get? So the other thing you get is armor. Oh, I'll put it in my storage. Just give me a sec. You get the armor. So what does the armor look like? Let me just drag this out of storage. So the armor is, again, it's pretty good. So the previous Harrier armor, you know, it had pretty meh stats. I mean, really nothing. And then 8% run speed. And now what you're getting is significantly better again. So you're getting, you know, stats in the 4-5 range, which is, it's actually quite comparable, in fact, to your beginner armor. So if I just quickly open here, lots of windows open, but you can see here it's like acid 4-5. I mean, your disciple armor is going to give you, you know, double the improvement, or double the protection that this is, but you're going to lose this 16% run speed. So the base set is 8% run speed, this one is 16, and again, it's really worth having that 16% run speed, and this armor is going to help you in those early hunting zones. So again, if you don't have anything better, it is a pretty good armor set to start off with. So again, well done, Mindark. Definitely a step in the right direction, and it's going to help new players get involved in the game. For me, it's basically going straight into my storage, in the same way as I should probably drop my barb in the storage. But so what else did we receive? What else did we receive? So as I said, we also got the limited repair tool, and we got some welding wire. Now, again, this is fantastic. I think this is a great step. The amount of times I've seen new players with trashed vehicles that TT them. They don't realize you can repair them, because if you actually look at what it says this vehicle can't be repaired, right? When you look at the information, yeah, this limited cannot be repaired, and that's not actually true. It can be repaired, but it's not the where I'll show you on one. So I'll show you on this one here. So, you know, it's the structural integrity can be repaired, but the total TT can't. But structural integrity can burn down many times before your TT's gone. So you can repair ships. So that's one of the good things. Now we've got a vehicle repair and some welding wire, so if you make a couple of mistakes with your starting vehicle, you can repair it, and it teaches you the right way. So great step in the right direction. The first aid pack, so this thing, I was looking at it, I haven't actually done any testing, but you know, 21 to 28 off of 0 is pretty good. You know, if I look at the heart rank 6, which, you know, I kind of worked hard to get this. This is a Cyrene thing. So let me just pull this up again. So this is a Cyrene thing, and it's 18 to 24 with a little bit of a heal, and you know, I don't know. I really need to try this and test it, but that doesn't look that different to me, and this thing cost a bit to get. You know, if I look at where's it's probably in my storage again. Whoops, hit the crafting. But if I look at in the storage and go to like the Vivo S1 or the IO Pulse, which are kind of like the early game ones. Where is that it? Yeah. So if I look at these early game ones here, you know, view information. So this one is 14 to 19. This is, I think, the free one you get when you clear the gauntlet. I mean, it's just rubbish now. You know, it's not even worth having if you've picked this up. Obviously, if you haven't picked up the pack for $20, then yeah, I mean, obviously you're still going to go get the Vivo. But this is pretty good. And if you get this, it really, I think it kind of puts the Heart Rank 4 out of business. Haven't tested it in the field, but I think it puts it out of business. So there's that. What else are we picking up during this? We are also picking up some clothes. I mean, yeah, clothes are just clothes. Let me just throw them on. Equip, 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 and throw on the boots. So what do we got? I have to take these off because otherwise they're hidden. Actually, I didn't realize these went over the top. So let's unequip that. I mean, it's a pretty cool look. Yeah, it's a pretty cool look. I'll take it. Throw on a pair of shades. Yeah, you know, it's not bad at all. It's not a bad look at all. So it's also going to stop you having to hang out at the sweat circles wearing just a pair of pants, because you'll be able to use these. You can also repair them. So yeah, again, it's a step in the right direction. I think having a set of clothes is never a bad thing. So yeah, I'm down with that as well. So was there anything else? I don't think there was anything else. Oh, there was the vehicle and the oil. So we've got this Frontier 4x4. I think there was a small thing. Somebody made a comment that, you know, was it unlimited to start off with, and they made it limited. But anyway, we're not really expecting an unlimited vehicle at this point. But if I drop this down, what do we got? So it actually looks very, very similar to the one that I was driving around with Midnight Bacon the other day. I was hanging out the top there. So it's all right. You know, I mean, again, we've got multiple we got multiple free vehicles. So you know, it's no better or worse than any of the others, I would say. I still like the Strider. I do like the Strider. But anyway, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I think again, it you're going to get free stuff, so I'm not too worried about the vehicle itself. But I think yeah, the clothing, and as I said, the thing that makes it all worth it is the weapons. So this gun is just boss. And then if you're starting, the armor is definitely worth having. As I said, it's not really comparing to your disciple armor. It does have penetration on it, so for dealing with things shooting at you from a distance, it's going to be better actually than some of the disciple armors. Yeah. So the new pack, is it worth it? It's absolutely worth it. If you've got $20 to spare, there is no better pack. There's no better way to start playing this game. You're going to get yourself a gun that's going to last you a decent time in this game. The armor's going to last until you get your disciple armor, and you may still end up using it because of the run speed. Oh, and then there was the pill. So it definitely isn't a bitter pill to swallow. Sorry. So this is the pill. It's a Frontier Stimulant. It gives you increased run speed, regen, skill gain by 50%, auto loot 40 meters for 2 days and 2 hours. And yeah, sure. Is a new player going to get full benefit from that? Maybe not. Maybe not, honestly. But is it worth doing? 100%. And it's going to give you that kind of small boost as you're getting started in the game and you're starting to develop and gain those skills. So, I mean, the last thing I'll say is, this $20 pack with great gear has replaced a $75 pack with gear that's now outdated. You know, how do I feel about that? There we go. There's a dude in the new armor. How do I feel about that? You know, a little bit, Shogunai, Japanese, a little bit okay, whatever. Not necessarily the what you want to see, I guess, as a long time player. You'd like to see something that you spent your money on that stays, but at the end of the day, this is great. This is great for the community. Okay? This is great for new players coming in who want to learn how to play the game, who want to get some kind of sustainable equipment in that early stages. And to be quite honest with you, the more new players we get, the better the economy is, the better it is for all of us. So whether you're happy or not with the new pack, whether you think you maybe should have gotten a little bit more from your $75 before, just take it that Mindark are stepping in the right direction. They're trying to do things to encourage new players to come to the game, and that's a win for all of us. So with that, I am going to leave it. I'm going to leave you all. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. The channel just hit 500 subscribers, which is awesome. And I really appreciate every single one of you for subscribing. And yeah, I'll see you in a video soon. Thanks for watching. Night night.